So I kind of grew up with I never had a speech impediment, but I always had a difficulty speaking and expressing myself. So I've always tried to work on that. I've become better, but I feel like there's a lot of room of improvement. I seem to, I would stammer, I would mumble. I don't express my thoughts clearly. So maybe I'm all over the place. It doesn't come off cohesive. It's not, concise. I jumble all over the place. A lot of times when the pressure is on and I'm speaking in front of people, I stammer, I say and ah a lot. I can't express my thoughts. Whenever I speak, where do I look?
You look at the memory screen. Your eyes could be open or closed. It doesn't matter, because it has nothing to do with your eyes. The screen of memory is like a monitor of your computer. Your brain is a processor and your memory screen is like a monitor. In the past, people had the ability to show these imaginary screens to each other, and they didn't have to speak. But modern people have lost this ability, and we only can imagine and talk about what we have imagined. Mm-hmm. And what's happening on this monitor, we call it thoughts. Or we just say, I'm thinking. It means I'm playing the video in my imagination, creating the video.
Quick question.
Yes.
So, is there a way for me to maybe develop my memory screen? Is there such thing as a underdeveloped one?
People who started do have this memory screen, but they are not aware of that and they do not use this screen. In order to develop anything, you need to work with it, because memory screen is a tool. It's like a guitar. How can you develop a guitar? You can't. You just need to work with it. You can develop mastery, the skill of using the tool. In this class, we give the tools and we explain how to develop your mastery, but you have to work with the tool. So we give you the tools, we explain how to use them, and then it's up to you. The more you work with these tools, the better master you become. You develop the high level of mastery using the tools.
Day 2, I'm feeling a lot more confident. I slowed down a lot with my speech. I learned a lot. I'm feeling more calm. I'm not looking around as I used to, and I'm taking more meaningful pauses. The quality of my speech has improved a lot.
What's the percentage?
100%. I made a few phone calls and I ordered food, which is great. 10 out of 10. After day 3, I feel a lot more at ease with the meaningful pauses. I feel more comfortable, more accurate when I speak. I'm a lot more at comfort pausing and allowing the word to come after another. I don't categorize myself as a stutterer. I saw myself as just a normal person, but with certain difficulties that I think common people do have. I think my mom is not a stutterer, but she repeats words. She says she says ah. These are things that I feel like people should learn to get rid of and learn the actual ways that you should be speaking. I always felt a little different whenever I would speak, and I would either mumble, and then the mumbling turned into stuttering, and then it was like a reaction. I would begin to be anxious, then I would just start stuttering. I've never grew up being a stutterer. It kind of just sort of happened. 20 years old. And then I started to do different practices, drills, to try to remove it.
And where did you get those practice methods?
On YouTube.
What are the things that you found on YouTube and started doing?
Over enunciating.
Pushing turned you into a stutterer. Other things.
Breathing. I would stick my tongue out.
Do we say anything sticking our tongue out? Anything else?
Oh, tongue twisters. I would do tongue twisters every day. And I would get better at the tongue twisters, but I would not get better at speaking.
Because people do not speak in tongue twisters. What else?
I would try to read out loud every night. I didn't focus on imagining. I didn't focus on visualizing. I focused on just how am I saying these words? Does it sound correct? Does it sound natural? I was just reading pretty much every night.
For how long?
On and off for a year at least.
That's why your reading was your strength, but you didn't realize back then that by reading, you can learn only to read, not to speak.
Also, I would speak quickly. If I had a passage, I would try to say it as fast as possible. But I would be tired after speaking for a while because I'm pushing so much.
Of course, it's like running all the time, wasting so much energy.
I would speak with a mouthpiece where you will put it in your mouth to protect your teeth.
Night guard?
Yeah.
For how long would you be doing it before you realize another bullshit?
Probably a month. And I'll tell you why. It's because my speech would improve. In the moment, I might see some sort of results, but I don't want to be speaking with a mouthpiece my whole life, you know? I want improvement. So the fact that I didn't get improvement told me there has to be a different method or a different way to go about it.
This different method is to speak with what Mother Nature gave you.
I would look for help and come across people that say things. They might speak well, but the advice is kind of surface level. It doesn't really solve the problem. I felt a little lost. Maybe I need to go back. Maybe I'm not practicing enough. Maybe I'm not doing enough. There's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm not reading enough. So I couldn't find a solution. Then I came across Walter's video, and a lot what you said in the video, I believe to be true. I believe that we learn through listening and watching, like you said about the parrot. I used to apply that to other languages. You learn new languages by listening and watching.
Nowadays in society, speech is a lost art in itself.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is why I have spent all these years working one-on-one with my students. People who stutter, that's who I focus on for the last 13 years. When they come to me, they don't even know what to expect.
Those certain things that you said, to me, made you credible because I've never heard anybody teaching speech or teaching you not to stutter. They never say that. That kind of made me gravitate towards you. And then I was like, you know what, let me book the consultation. I knew it wasn't going to be cheap, but I think overall it was probably the best thing that I've done, honestly. My advice is take a consultation with Anna. Speaking, you do every single day. If you do it every day and you aren't good at it, you need to make an investment. That's my advice. Take the consultation. Trust me, this is probably going to be the best investment that you could do. I truly believe that you get what you pay for. Are you the cheapest option? Not at all. It's actually pretty expensive. But at the end of the day, if you want results, you need to make the investment. It's not going to be freebies within one day. It's an investment. Time and money. It's completely worth it at the end of the day. Thank you, Anna, for your patience. You had a lot of patience during this. You taught me not only how to speak better, but also you gave me a bunch of life lessons that I'm going to carry with me. And overall, 10 out of 10 experience. You gave me plenty of tips plenty of things that I did unconsciously, moving my hands and maybe stammering, saying the same word over and over again. But you helped me a lot and I appreciate it very much.